Next up in my underrated film series, Deathtrap. Sidney Lumet. If you like a good whodunit murder mystery, great acting performances, this is your movie. I strongly recommend it. Coming up next. Perplexing to me that Deathtrap is not rated as highly everywhere. IMDb 7.0 out of 10. On Letterboxd, I'm shocked. It's only 3.6 out of 5, and there's very few people who have given it 4.5 to 5 stars, and I gave it 4.5. I could be 5 because I love a movie like this. It is smart, witty. There are lots and lots of twists that I didn't even see coming. That's a rarity for me. And I think this movie overall is very, very well done. It's very well crafted. I don't care what you think about the script. The acting in it is great. The editing, the directing by Sidney Lumet is fantastic. I say this because I recently rewatched Clue, the 1985 movie with Tim Curry, who was fantastic in that. And I was very disappointed in it. I watched it a lot as a kid. It's a good whodunit, I thought. Very fun. You know, it's a basic detective murder mystery kind of thing. But then I rewatched it, and there's some strong flaws in it and strong pacing issues and script issues. Deathtrap, to me, has none of that. I think this is the movie for adults. If you like Clue as a kid, this is the movie you should probably watch. Big problem with this movie, it's really hard to talk about without giving away spoilers. I won't do that in this early part of the video. I'll try to convince those of you who haven't seen it to watch it. Michael Caine is in it, so if you like him, he is outstanding in it. He does some of his best yelling in this movie. He plays a playwright who on Broadway is becoming a failure. He's had a string of great hits. He's a murder mystery writer, writes murder mystery plays, but his latest is a total flop. He goes home disappointed to his wife, but he also has a script by one of his students, which he says is excellent. And so he starts to concoct this idea, maybe I can invite this guy to my house and then kill him off and then steal his play and pawn it and play it off as my own. He tries to get his wife involved in this too, and then yep, he does invite this student over. Happens to be only one copy of this play, so he could do it. His wife is played very, very well by Diane Cannon. I was surprised by this. She keeps up with Michael Caine, is even better than him at times. I don't know. There's no competition here, but all the actors are great because Christopher Reeve plays the student, and you know him from Superman movies. I can't believe how awesome he is in this. So all three of these major actors in this are fantastic, and what they have to deal with is basically a single room movie. Sidney Lumet did this in 1957, 12 Angry Men, basically filming in one room a movie over, an hour and a half. This movie takes place in a very, very fun movie house, and Lumet does great work with it as these actors range all over the house, and the camera, as it goes from act 1 to 2 to 3, changes position wonderfully and shows you. Sometimes was tricked. I thought, oh, am I in a different location? No, I'm in the same house. And so I love the way that the camera is that dynamic, even though it's a single room location. As well, this movie is highly postmodern, which sometimes is off-putting, but I love it here because the student in this movie has written a play called Deathtrap, and that's the one that the Michael Caine character really wants. Well, of course, the movie is named Deathtrap, and they're commenting on, well, as the script develops, what ideas should we have next? And of course, that's what's coming up in the movie. Maybe the movie, I think, wonderfully deals with predictions and prophecies. What's going to happen next, and all this foreshadowing stuff you hear about in high school. But it's dealing with viewers anticipating what's going to happen next, trying to game the movie, trying to predict themselves what's going to happen. It even has a psychic character in it. Now, that could be off-putting. It could be for me, who is predicting the future. Not that I believe in psychics, and the characters in this aren't even sure about that. But this is a wonderful stand-in for people like me who read or watch whodunits, and then they try to predict what's going to happen, and then they're upset when they think they can predict it or they do predict it. So this movie has a lot of fun with that. I'm a little stunned, underrated. Roger Ebert only gave it 3 out of 4 stars, and he said this movie wouldn't last a long time. And I have no idea why he would say that. I probably have said that about other movies too, and I've been wrong. But I feel like the acting in this is so stunning. And the basics of the murder mystery, it's a little bit Hitchcockian. It's a little bit of like 30s, 40s sort of Sherlock Holmes stuff. Not really Sherlock Holmes, but in the vein of noirs and mysteries of old. And yet it's fresh and modern enough to be a little bit different and a little bit twistier than them. So I really, really enjoy this movie overall. Actually, that's enough said. I'm not going to deal with spoilers. I think the ending is fun, and this is a very entertaining movie. And maybe the ratings for this, they don't like the ending, but I am very satisfied by the ending. I I find it extremely funny, first of all, over the top. As I said, you have to think about it as postmodern. You know, it knows it's constructing itself as it's going on. It knows that it's constructing itself, and the play inside the movie is talking about the movie itself. And that's, to me, what's very fun about this movie. So overall, I can't love this movie enough. You know, director Sidney Lumet needs to get a lot of credit as being an auteur. He would made a 10-year or more run here of awesome movies. You know, Serpico, Dog Day Afternoon, Network. He did The Prince of the City the year before. That's a fantastic movie. And then he had an Oscar Best Picture nominated movie, The Verdict, this very same year this movie came out. I like this movie better than The Verdict. But overall, just check out Lumet's films because to me, he's a master craftsman. He knows where to put the camera, where to move the actors. He's great at blocking, and he's dynamic enough to pull off the single room movie. Unlike a lot of people, I think it would be very difficult to do this. Of course, he did this multiple times in his career. He's awesome. This is a great movie. Go watch it. Is that enough praise for Deathtrap? Probably over the top, but I did this because I think it's very underrated. What do you think of this movie? Let us know in the comments, and please subscribe to this channel for more great content. Thank you. Have a great day.